from the point of view of the Congress, we do hope that Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who is the natural leader of the Congress party, would be the rightful person once bestowed the blessings of the people to be the carrier of that baton.
Prime Minister also said that Modi would be a disaster as Prime Minister.
Well, the Honourable Prime Minister has seen events as they have played themselves out for a fairly long period of time. Even before becoming Prime Minister, he was extremely active in public affairs. And I think, possibly out of that experience, the words that he used to describe that strength does not mean allegedly massacring people in the streets of a city speaks for itself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for more on this, let me quickly bring in our National Affairs editor Javed Ansari. Also joining us is our political editor Kartikeya Sharma. Kartikeya, just his third press conference in 10 years as Prime Minister, the questions were more about the Prime Minister's personal credibility, integrity, and perhaps failure in dealing with the main issue of corruption and inflation. We'll get to Kartikeya in just a moment. Javed, when Prime Minister Manmohan Singh took over, there was a lot of hope, there were dreams, but as he now prepares to hand over the baton, it's completely a different picture on the issue of corruption. Once he was seen as Mr. Clean, now he's seen as someone who presided over something not very clean.
Absolutely, and there cannot be a sadder commentary on the tenure of Dr. Manmohan Singh, and it's ironical that we've completed a full circle. Dr. Manmohan Singh, when he took over as Prime Minister, was known as Mr. Clean. He ushered it. He was hailed as ushering a new era, an erudite, turbine, well-educated, and honest Prime Minister. At the fag end of his tenure, now huge question marks are being raised on his integrity, on his credibility. And this is something that Dr. Manmohan Singh and the Congress party need to ponder over, because this is something, the public perception about this government has been extremely, extremely poor. And it's ironical that he was hailed as India's most honest Prime Minister.
Yes.
But without doubt, and he's arguably presided over a government which will go down in history as perhaps the most corrupt.
And that is telling commentary, Kartikeya. The most honest Prime Minister is what everyone said when he took over. And as Javed pointed out, when he hands over, when he prepares to hand over charge, he's handing over charge of perhaps one of the most corrupt governments ever. We seem to be having some issues with that line with Kartikeya Sharma. And Javed, coming back to you on the issue of corruption, repeatedly questions were put to Dr. Manmohan Singh. Was he able to come out with a coherent response? Was he able to allay fears that he didn't do enough to combat corruption?
I'm afraid not. I mean, he was not very convincing. He was a lot more forthright and aggressive when it came to Narendra Modi and other issues. But on his own track record, he was very defensive, especially on the issue of corruption. While there can be more than one argument, one opinion on what has gone wrong with the economy and why has it gone wrong, there is no denying the fact that, in public perception, this is one of the most corrupt governments. And there is no denying the fact that the Prime Minister, the public, the people of India expected this Prime Minister to act decisively to prevent corruption from happening. And in their view, the Prime Minister failed miserably on that score.
Was the Prime Minister also economical with the truth, Javed, when he said that these corruption issues that the nation is talking about, media and the opposition being less than kind to him, less than considerate on the issue of 2G spectrum scam, 1,76,000 crore, coal scam, 1,80,000 crore, all of this happened in UPA 1, they were re-elected. So corruption for the Aam Aadmi or for the people of this country, for the electorate, was not an issue.
That's his take. That's an assessment, an erroneous assessment, and the Congress party has paid grievously for it. This just goes to show that they're still in denial, that they haven't, read the writing on the wall. It's time that they got up and smelled the coffee, because in addition to price rise, corruption was one of the most two most important issues, and the Congress party paid dearly for it. And unless they are able to apply the correctives in time, I'm afraid time is running out for them, but unless they are able to do something about this, they will continue to pay a big political price for this.
There were two major issues, Javed. You've been speaking to your sources within the Congress party. There were two major issues that the Congress party flagged on why they lost elections in the 4 Hindi heartland states. One was corruption, second was inflation. Did the Prime Minister effectively address the issue of inflation? He blamed external factors for it. Did he fail to look within, and his failure as an economist or even as the Prime Minister in perhaps giving higher direction to ministers who were working at cross purposes, there was policy paralysis, all of this he just did not address?
Look, Gaurav, those who know economics and those who know how these things work, there is more than one opinion of it. But that more than one opinion also does not mean that they totally absolve the present government or they absolve the Prime Minister from not doing enough. Even those who do not entirely or solely blame this government do feel that the government ought to have done a certain number of things which it did not. And therefore, even they are not willing to absolve the Prime Minister totally of blame or this government. This government has paid a huge price and will continue to pay a huge price. Inflation has been a big issue, and unless they are able to do something about it, I'm afraid they have a mountain to climb in the elections that are likely to be held this summer.